start with the news that came out that you're not going to require surgery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel good. It's obviously a better alternative to doing surgery and just rehabbing, and it was some good news to get from Doc to kind of go this route and just strengthen it as much as I can and let it heal and see where we are in a few weeks or I guess however long it takes.
What can you tell us about the night it happened? Like, we saw the frustration, but what happened that night?
I don't really know, honestly. Just a weird play. Shoulder was in a weird spot and just kind of torqued on it and just kind of felt a little something there. So, yeah, that's about it.
Did you think it was the same thing that had happened before?
I don't know. I just kind of a weird play. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Just kind of felt like a little torque on it, like I said, and that's about all.
Josh, after consulting with those doctors, are you hopeful you'll play again this season?
Yeah, of course I'm hopeful. I mean, I had a good talk with Doc when I was with him, and really trust him, and he felt comfortable with me, and so now it's just all about rehabbing and strengthening it, and we'll see where we end up. But yeah, for sure, I'm definitely hopeful that I'll be back.
How much time do you have to spend on it a day right now?
A good amount. I'm doing as much as I can. Obviously, it's not. I don't want to get do too much at the start, I guess, to aggravate it. So it's a little bit slower right now, but it's nice to be back and be around the guys and just obviously spend a lot of time with the medical guys. So have to buy them a few coffees or something in the morning.
Pierre said it's not dislocated, so that's good news, I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's. I feel good right now. It's like I said, it's just nice to be rehabbing and kind of work towards a goal to come back, and whenever that is, I'll be happy.
Why was it important for you to see 5 doctors and 2 specialists?
Just to get as much info as I could. I think you never want to do surgery. That's kind of a last resort option, and just wanted to make sure that I got as many opinions as I could from great doctors and got a lot of really good opinions, and ultimately we decided that rehab was the best option for me. So I'm happy with that decision.
How difficult is it to stay upbeat right now, just mentally?
I'm great. I mean, it's pretty easy for me, honestly. I mean, could sit here and be all depressed and down on myself, or just take it one day at a time and enjoy it. I guess it's all part of the process, and it sucks that it's not always it's not always good times. There's going to be times where can't control everything that happens to you. So yeah, I'm in a good headspace. I'm good.
Have they given you any kind of timeline?
No.
What have you?
How that a guy like Derek Brassard has gone through kind of the same thing early in his career, and he can
Yeah.
talk to you about it.
I actually talked to him for a few minutes about it. I didn't know. I think he's had three surgeries, maybe 2 on one and 1 on the other. So made me feel a little bit better about it. Obviously, I'm not having surgery right now, so that's good. But just to know that there's other guys that have been through it makes you feel a little bit better.
What have even you learned about yourself? When you had that one surgery earlier in your career, about what it takes mentally to get through this.
I don't know. I mean, you're obviously hurt for a long time, and like I said, there's days where you just don't feel like doing it every single day because it's so much, and you're not around the guys as much. You're not on the ice. It's I love playing hockey. That's what I love to do, and I don't get to do it. So some days that sucks, but just stick with it mentally. It makes you a little bit better, and I think you kind of learn who you are away from the game as well. Because sometimes you kind of take hockey as your identity. And I think you just learn a lot about yourself away from the game and kind of what you bring to everyday life, I guess, without hockey.
What are you able to do just cardio-wise to stay in shape right now?
Bike, run, walk. Yeah, that's about it, really.
So you're back again. Did you even make it back to Belleville?
No, I had packed my bags and I was ready, but I hadn't left, so it's nice.
What was it like playing with Thomas this morning at practice?
Yeah, he's always a treat to play with. I think it's kind of like picking low-hanging fruit playing with him. It's always easy, and it's a lot of fun.
You did it a few times last year when you got in, is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
What do you remember from the game action you guys got together last year?
I mean, I think just knowing his tendencies. I know he likes to jump in the rush, and obviously a great skater. And if I'm able to put the puck in his hands and maybe help him out and I think for us it's just talking. I think he's obviously a great player for me. Not playing a ton of games in this league yet. It's just talking it out with him, kind of learning what he likes to do. So.
Kind of an opportunity is it for you if you do get a couple games with him?
Yeah, it's always a great opportunity. I mean, any day you can spend in the NHL is a great day. I've said that before. And getting the opportunity to play with Shabby is something I don't take for granted, and something I'm going to try to take advantage of for sure.
Do you feel that this is a chance for you to stick around for a while here, like to stay here permanently?
I mean, I think that's always the goal for me. Anytime you get called up, I think that's the goal, is to try and stay. My job is just to go out there and perform the best I can, and the rest of those decisions are out of my hands. So I think that's always the goal for sure.
How do you feel like your game has grown since you first stepped on the ice with this team?
I think just knowing the systems, what DJ likes, how the coaches want to do things, that kind of thing. I think coming into new systems is always probably the biggest thing for a player, and just learning those. And I think this year I've definitely become more comfortable with those.
Did you actually go back to Belleville, or you just the paper thing?
Yeah, I didn't make it back, so that was nice. Didn't have to drive those 2.5 hours there and back. So I had my bags packed, but just stuck around in Ottawa. So.
Can you give us an idea of how much your game grew this season compared to last season?
How much it grew?
How much your game grew?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me that's the biggest thing, is just taking those steps, and I know it's a process, and I don't expect to just come in and play extremely well right off the bat. I think it's something that, as a young D-man in the league, you got to learn how to do things, and I think in Belleville it's helped me out a ton, working with the coaches down there and just learning little things and details with my stick and my skating. So I think it's definitely grown a lot over the last year.
You missed those 2 games in Belleville while you were called up. Was there any positive you could take just about being around the team here this past weekend, even though you didn't get in?
For sure. I think anytime you can even practice with these guys, against some of these forwards, they're elite, and it's definitely a challenge for me as a D-man, playing against them in practice. So even though I didn't play in a game, I think just being here with these guys has helped me out a lot.
So what's it like being reunited with Sandy?
Yeah,
like in the NHL.
It's pretty cool. I mean, obviously playing in college with those guys was a treat, and seeing the way Sandy and Pinner have started the year, it's great to see, and they're both great players and fun to be around.
Did you have any off-ice traditions with those guys that you can kind of like, or even on-ice stuff that you can kind of bring back to this level?
Not specifically with those two, I don't think. I think one funny thing that we do in North Dakota, we always had these ice cream sandwiches after a pregame meal. So me and Pinner always like that. I don't know if Sandy ate any of them. He's a health freak, so that was fun.
Just take me through, like, he's really shown a lot this year with his boys. Did you expect that from him, and what do you see from him this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's surprised some people. I think for me, playing with him in North Dakota didn't surprise me at all. I've seen him do it over and over again, so he's a lot of fun to watch, and a guy that's going to be obviously a staple on this team for a long time.
So Jake, we're like 11 games in, and I just want to know how you feel just about your game at the NHL level right now.
Yeah, I mean, some nights are tougher than others, but I feel like every game I'm getting better, every game I'm learning something new, so kind of just taking it all in, and like I said, you're going to run into some hot teams and different systems and all that, but I think I'm learning every day, and that's important.
You continue to get elevated roles. You were running the power play, now you're on the side. How do you feel like you've been gaining the confidence of the coaches in the team?
Yeah, I think just running through reps in practice and just doing the right things in practice and in games too. So I'm just trying to stay consistent, and obviously Josh is hurt right now, and I'm not even close to a replacement for him, but I'm trying to do my best and help the team win.
How does the team feel about this rut right now?
Obviously it's frustrating, but it's still early in the season, and we're not going to hit the panic button right now. We have a lot of confidence in this group and in this dressing room, so just take one game at a time, and we'll see how it goes.
Did you like the process of the last game, just not the result? The way it played?
Yeah, I mean, there's been times throughout the past couple games where we've had great periods, but not a full game. So I think that's kind of the focus on the team right now. Just dominate each shift and stack it on top of another and keep going. So I think just focusing on the little things in the games and not focusing on 2 games down the road, or just kind of focusing at the task at hand.
You've had a lot of good chances lately. Like, has DJ been itching for you to shoot more to maybe get your first?
Yeah, no, I think definitely for me personally, I can shoot the puck a little bit more. Sometimes I'm trying to look for a pass first, but I just got to be confident with my shot, and hopefully it goes in one of these games.
And what's it like reuniting with JVD?
It's awesome. He's one of my good buddies, and I've known him for a while, so he works super hard, and he deserves to be up here with these guys, and it's great to see him.
Are you going to have an ice cream sandwich as a...
I was never an ice cream sandwich guy at school, but I'm pretty sure he was, so hopefully we'll see him have a couple up here.
Also, when you reflect on your first 11 games, which one do you think was the most, that you played the way you wanted to? Is there a game that you're like, yeah, that was me, that was the way I want to go?
I don't know. I think, honestly, I feel I haven't really played, a complete game. I feel like there's like 2 of the 3 periods that I played in the game that I feel really good. That's kind of for me personally. I want to play a full game great, and I feel like I'm still searching that and pushing that for myself. So, like I said before, I'm still learning, but for me, I want to play a full game, and I feel like that's to come up here.
Which game was that you liked the 2 of the 3 periods?
I think Vegas. I felt like I didn't have a great first period, a couple bad bounces, and I felt like I stayed confident, didn't get down on myself, and I felt like the second and third were some of my best periods throughout the season so far.